This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. I started today talking about it's a good day. There's many headlines out there that bring me some modicum of satisfaction. Republicans getting death threats from their own party. Sidney Powell pleading guilty and agreeing to work for the prosecution, testify on the behalf of the prosecution, outlining the scheme that took place, giving the insider details to avoid prosecution, now she's going to plead guilty, so she's going to be prosecuted, to avoid jail time. She's only going to get probation. You see, criminals, oftentimes, what's the saying about no honor among thieves? Or honor, there's no honor, or there is honor. I don't know I'm not a thief. I don't know. But in this case, there is no honor among thieves. There is no loyalty one to another among thieves and criminals and scoundrels. And that is who Sidney Powell is. You'll remember Sidney Powell. She's the one who forwarded the email to Maria Bartiromo from the woman who claimed that the wind tells her she's a ghost. But she doesn't believe the wind. Who's the wind to tell me I'm a ghost? She has foisted upon the American people and the world a sinister, insidious conspiracy theory that took hold and got us to where we are now with these election denier dum-dums. So I'm going to play her pleading guilty in court, some of the conditions, and then we'll talk about it on the other side. This is about 2 minutes and 10 seconds. I'll put the timer up.
All right, Ms. Powell, I just have a few questions for you. Do you understand the nature of the charges that have been reaccused and that you would be pleading guilty to today?
I do, sir.
And you've heard all the rights that the state has gone through that you would waive by going forward with this plea. Do you still wish to waive those rights?
I do.
And are you pleading guilty today because you agree that there is a sufficient factual basis, that there are enough facts that support this plea of guilty?
I do.
Mr. Rafferty, are you satisfied your client is competent in understanding that the plea is voluntary and that there is a sufficient factual basis for entering this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
I agree and find that there is a sufficient factual basis, and I find this plea of guilty to be knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered. There's been a request that this sentence be entered under the First Offender Act, and the court will approve that request, withhold adjudication. But I must notify you, Ms. Powell, that you're not allowed to withdraw your plea simply because you do not comply with the terms of the sentence. And the terms of that sentence would be as recommended by the parties. On count 1, conspiracy to commit intentional interference with the performance of election duties, the sentence would be 12 months probation. And counts 2 through 6 would also be 12 months probation consecutive to each other and to count 1 for a total term of essentially 6 years probation, but we're going to translate that into months for the sentence sheet. Special conditions would include a $6,000 fine with $1,000 for each count. Restitution to be paid in the amount of $2,700 to the Georgia Secretary of State's office. You are to have written a letter, which you've already satisfied. You're also to provide a recorded proffer with the state, which you've already satisfied. You're to testify truthfully against any and all co-defendants in this matter at any upcoming proceedings. You are not to have any communication with any witness, any co-defendant, or any member of the media concerning the facts or circumstances of this case. And you're to provide all documents to the district attorney's office as requested and relevant to this case.
Now, her case is to begin, or her case was to begin. Her case joined with Kenneth Cheesebro was to begin tomorrow. Jury selection starts tomorrow in this case. A similar offer was offered to Kenneth Cheesebro, and he declined the offer. I wonder how he's feeling today. I wonder how his team is feeling about the fact that if they do try to get a deal now, that she's going to spill the beans, giving all the details, whether they be emails or whatever, that he's not going to get as good a deal if he seeks a deal now. $60 months of probation, pretty good deal for attempting to end democracy in America, if you ask me. $6,000 fine, a punitive fine, $2,700 restitution to the Fulton County, and then a letter apologizing to the people of Georgia, which she's already apparently done. She's indicated there she understands what is at stake here. She understands the guilty plea and what it means. She's waived her rights. It is factual. She's proclaiming it in a court, sworn in a court under penalty of perjury. It is the factual things that have led her to her guilty plea, and that she is there voluntarily, pleading guilty voluntarily, and that she is indeed competent to make this guilty plea. Her lawyer attests to it. The judge attests to it. She attests to it. I wonder what MAGA World is going to do with this now, because she is the most dedicated, die-hard election denier that there was. Ridiculed and maligned for the insanity of her claims. She's going down for Donald Trump. She has thrown away her life endeavor as a lawyer and career as a lawyer for the sake of Donald Trump and his lies and conspiracy theories. She sacrificed everything for Donald Trump. What do you think is going to be the reaction of MAGA World today and in the following days about what she has done, about her decision to turn state's witness, to testify against the scoundrels who attempted to end democracy in America, to save her skin? This is not out of nobility. Let's for sure get that on the record. She is not a noble, stalwart, patriotic American. She is trash, who's saving her own ass, not out of duty to country, loyalty to the Constitution. But she certainly knows, she certainly has the inside track on what went down, and I am eager to find out what she testifies to. What did I miss? I'm sure there's something, and I'm sure you'll let me know. You can tell me in the comments. You can also call and leave me a brief voicemail. Please keep them brief. 714-576-4054. Of course, you can always, as always, email me daily at dollemore.com. Please consider, if you're into it, if I bring you value, and if you're not on a fixed income, if you have $2 a month that is throwawayable, not a word, but we'll make it a word for today. If you have a disposable income with an extra $2 a month and you want to help support my work, I would encourage you, please click the join button below, become a channel member for $2 a month, hit the super thanks button, or go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Other ways you can support her. Make sure you're subscribed, like, share this video with someone, tell someone about the channel. You can do your part to grow this operation, spreading the message and the objective of this channel to a larger audience. Follow me on social media. I am on platforms like Twitter and Instagram and TikTok and Threads and Facebook. Usually I run through them so quickly. When you do it slow, it becomes not rhythmic, and you forget. Anyway, I'm at Dollemore, all of those places. I'd love to see you there. And I will see you next time. Until then, Sidney Powell, you too, sister, be genuine. Take care of one another.